Hello and welcome back to the Edium Project. This is going to be episode 2 of...
It's a classic gear review, guys.
Marvellous. And today we're going to be looking at...
Right, I'm following up with this thing here. This is what I replaced my Pod XT with. It's the Pod HD 500X. It's basically an updated pod and the floor unit all in one unit. Basically what we have here is this section here is your editing parameters. You know, your save mode, your move, your insert presets, or effects, etc., amps, or remove them or whatever, and all your parameter changes all done within this. Very small screen, but as you'll see in a minute, we do we do all of the editing really within the dedicated editor, software editor. This bar here protects from clumsy big feet with shoes and boots in a live environment, so that you don't stamp on the the editing side of it. We then have the dedicated amp section, or control section, which would be a drive, your bass, middle, treble, presence, channel volume, master volume. Then we have 12 foot switches below. The two at the extreme left are up and down bank selectors. Then the first 4 switches on the bottom are your presets A, B, C and D within each bank. Above that you have 4 switches that you can assign any effects to, you know, like say for talking say compressor, then maybe a stomp, then a modulation effect of some sort, or indeed a delay or something, and then a reverb you probably have on the end. Then we have a looper, dedicated looper. We have a dual function volume stroke wah-wah pedal. It works on a click system. Push it down with your toe, goes into wah-wah mode, push it back again with your toe, and
would do, yeah.
Goes into volume. We then have a few switches here for activating things. I need to see what they are. This is your guitar input, or you can select the little switch to multi, and then it will take whatever the input is. You have a mix here, which is a left and it's a left and a standard for your power. If you have any problems with it, you can put the left switch in order and it cancels the hum. And then you have your 1/4 inch out line, and then, or if you want to go into the front of an amp, you've got a switch there that allows you to switch it for going into an amp. Well, that's basically the top of it, guys. I must say, it's built like a battleship. It's like the Helix. It's solid metal, and it weighs a ton, to be honest with you. And then, if you look at the back, you have numerous configurations for in and outs. You know, you've got your guitar. There's an expression pedal, a second one you can add if you want. If this multi thing doesn't suit you, you want another one that's there. We have the guitar input. I think this is a little micro guitar input, but I don't know why you'd have that unless you were a tiny little micro person. Yeah. And then we have, I have to turn it this way a bit so as I can see, guys. I'm reading it upside down. We then have the outputs. You've got left and right, which are marked as left mono, right mono, but obviously you always use both of them. You're in stereo mode. We have the same in XLR, balanced outputs, left and right. Then we have a stereo phones output. We have an auxiliary in for maybe if you wanted to run backing tracks or something for rehearsing and with your phones and things like that, but you know, numerous things. You have a XLR mic input, and we have a trim control for your mic, for your gain. And then we have a selector here, which is a slidey little knob for either in line or in stomp mode. You can have this. Yeah. Then we have the effect returns, left mono and right mono, and we have a stereo effects send. We have this Variax dedicated Ethernet port, which is pretty good if you have a Variax, because when you select the amps and configurations that you're using from your pedal board, it will also switch to your Variax, whatever guitar and pickup configuration you've selected to go with that particular amp. It does it all in one switch, which is great. We have an SP diff out, digital out. Then we have a MIDI in, MIDI out, the obligatory USB, And then we have this other XLR. It looks like an XLR. It is an XLR, but it's actually what they call a Line 6 dedicated. It's the Line 6 Connect, they call it. And it comes. You need to get a proprietary lead that's wired specifically for it. And you could. I used this live when I used my DT25 combo. I only used the front end. Sorry, the back end. I didn't use the front end. I didn't use the preamp section in the amp, although it was very good. I used the power section, and this was plugged in with this link, and this became the preamp. So all the amp configurations I selected brought up the preamp to go with that.
Well, it would
that
yeah.
power amp, but it changed the topology of the amp to suit. Was it Class A, Class B, Class A Bs? You know, wonderful. And lastly, you've got the little power supply input. No on-off switch. It just works on and off as and when you plug the cable in and out. So basically that's it, guys.
Right then, let's hear this thing, Ed.
Right, guys, I'm going to use just what I did with the last one, just a few presets. What we have here, if you have a look at the back here, you can see the chain that's set up. I'm on the top one, which I've actually just named as my Deluxe Vib.
Deluxe Verb,
So
yeah.
Basically, it's on a Fender Deluxe the vibrato channel. That's the amp setup with its own speaker, 112 Deluxe. And then you see there's a plethora of pedals front and back. And you'll see them all light up as I bring them in. So,
Yeah.
and that happens on each of the different presets. So
Well, it will
what
do.
changes really is the amp setup within the preset. So this is a Fender Deluxe setup is clean. On the treble pickup we have middle position, both pickups together. Neck on its own. Right, we'll stay on just the middle position, both pickups together. So that's basically the amp clean. Bring a little touch of, I've got it signed on foot switch 4. Bring that in, and that gives a nice little bit of reverb.
Oh, yeah.
Reverb off. The next one, what I remember, is a analog chorus. Nice little bit of chorus there. We'll disable him. The second foot switch is an overdrive, and I think it's a screamer. It'll either be a screamer or a tube driver. That's the only two that I've ever used. But I think it's probably a screamer.
It would be, yeah.
This is without, nice and clean. Bit more grip with it in. Take that off. The foot always on the front. I've got some sort of compressor. Mostly it's a Red Comp, which is one of it's like based on a MXR, I think. So I switch the comp in, and we get this. Take him out. You can hear that's him out. Put him in just a touch, and you'll hear him squish up.
Squash up, yeah. It is marvellous, yeah.
And then lastly, all together.
Oh, yeah.
Marvellous. Back to treble pickup. Now we're going to preset 2, and I believe this is set up on, actually, I'm not got it on this, it's not telling me on there. It's a Brit J45, so basically it's a Marshall GMT 45, blues breaker combo. Again, we threw the same thing on the treble pickup amp in its cleanish state. This one it's on the verge of breakup. Obviously there's a bit of hair on it, as you can hear. But if we pick quiet, again it should clean up. And then again, both pickups together. Neck pickup on his own. Back to the mid position, we'll bring in, as we did before, we'll start with the last effect, which would be the reverb. Then we'll have the, again, it's analog chorus. Then second in, as always, some sort of overdrive, either tube screamer or tube driver. Without it, with it, you'll notice, guys, that it's only my preference, but I try to not overdo things, not too much. I just want a pleasing sound. I don't want it to be saturated in distortion and muffly and, not so defined. So I like to use these things, but of course these things are for the user to determine how he likes it, or indeed she, because there's a lot of she's playing now. Some of them are bloody good, And then we'll try the first one, which again is the compressor. Then without it. With it. It's adding a little bit of drive to the front end, but what I'm noticing about it is, without it, it's a more open sound. Bring it in, and it gets more squishy, but that's its job, is to level out the playing. And then lastly, in this preset, all together.
Plenty of sustain, Ed, yeah.
Plenty of sustain in it, yeah. Now, we'll hit the third preset. I think it's just to let you hear it, guys, because there's loads of these things. And my last one is a Vox AC30 top boost.
It would be.
So, again, we'll go back through the same ritual. Treble pickup on its own first, everything just to clean up. I think this is also on a little bit of a edge of breakup, but we'll find out. Actually, it's very clean, actually. It's not broken up at all.
No.
Again, mid position, both pickups together. Neck pickup on its own. Right. Middle pickup for the rest of it, both pickups together. We'll now, as always, bringing in reverb to let you hear what reverb we have here.
Do you have?
Yeah, then a little bit of analog chorus. Stomp again, probably a screamer. Neck pickup. Yeah, marvellous. And lastly, compressor is always front end. So without the compressor in. Yeah, again, without the compressor, it's more open. And there is a slight more boost in this compressor for whatever I decided to do it, but it's a lot. I pushed it again a bit more, but it's got that squish. It's grabbing it like a compressor does. And you've got this sustain now because of the compression. Now, what we'll do is, lastly, as we've done with the rest, everything's on. Oh, that's a nasty. It's a nasty
noise, Ed, yeah.
That's because, obviously, it's okay on its own. But if I put the compressor on, it's boosting it into the distortion and you get this.
Marvellous.
Too much.
Yeah, too much. Yeah.
That's it, guys. And this is only a 1% of what this is able to do.
It's marvellous,
I mean,
really. You can see what they've done, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
They've put that kidney thing and that remote controller in the one package.
Yeah, but they've improved on it because it's now high. What they did with the Pod XT, they lifted the bar from the original Pod. I think they've done it again with this because they've now called it. It's no longer just a Pod; it's the HT Pod, so it's high definition.
It is.
Tones that they've got, and they've got probably a lot more in it. And as you say, it's all condensed into one unit now.
One unit,
which is great, you know.
Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let us know what you think of these classic gear review segments. If you want more, let us know in the comments.
Well, of course,
yeah. So we'll be seeing you next week, where I shall probably be gabbing on about one of my old synths.
Oh yeah, he's going to do.
Yeah.
A keyboard version of what I've been doing.
That's it, yeah. So see you next time, lad.
Sayonara, guys.